Hi, everybody. I think we are live. Hopefully, everyone can hear me. Hi, so I am Michelle Solis from This Must Be Ink in Seekonk, Massachusetts. Welcome to my Friday night stamp and sip where the weekend starts early. I don't always stamp on a Friday night, but when I do, I'm stamping with all of you. So let's grab our drink. I'm drinking water tonight because I am still not feeling 100%. So still drinking water. And let's get started making something great. Okay, we're going to do this little fun fold card tonight. I'm calling it an accordion fold. I don't really know what it's called, but it folds up like this and it will go in a regular sized envelope. And it's very simple to make, just 2 pieces and then some pieces of DSP to decorate. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to get that done. It's not too hard at all. Okay, let me get my camera down here. Uh-oh. I'm on the wrong place. Oh, 1 second. There we go. Okay. Oh my goodness. Every week it's the same thing. I can't remember which button to push. All right. Okay. I think that's pretty lined up there. Hi, Sharon. It's just getting started here. Okay, so this is the card. It's an accordion fold is what I'm calling it. And so it's got this accordion for the back and then this little note card that kind of fits on top. And it's just 2 pieces of cardstock, and then you'll need some strips of designer series paper and then whatever you want to decorate it. So this one I did for Halloween with that spooky sweet paper, which I thought was really cute. And this is from the cutouts or the pop-outs from that designer series paper pack. And this is one of the little labels that you can cut out from there. Okay, and I think this is an old sentiment because I didn't buy the stamp set that goes with this, just a designer series paper, and because I do have some old Halloween stamps, so I just try to make do with those and get some new paper every year because it's super cute. All right, so let's set that aside and talk about what we need to make this card. Yeah, thanks, Sharon. I am still not 100%, but I am much better than I was. So that's a good thing. All right, so we're going to need 2 pieces of cardstock for this. Your first one is 5.5 by 8.5, and we're going to score this to create those accordion folds. And then this little, what I'm calling the note card one, that's going to fit on the front of that. Hi, Lynn. And this one is 5.5 by 4.25. We're going to score this as well. So let's do that first. All right. I'm going to use my scoring board because when I'm scoring a bunch of score lines like that, they tend to come out more even if I'm using my scoring board. And also because the last score line is 6 3/8, which is difficult on my trimmer. So we're going to put this up into the corner of the scoring board, and we're going to score at, well, I almost lost the directions there. 2 1/8, 4 1/4, and 6 3/8. So 2 1/8. And then 4 1/4, and then 6 3/8 for that piece. Very simple. Then your little note card, you're going to score at 2 3/4, which is basically just right in half. Okay, and that's all you need for there. Now, to decorate, what I did was I chose one piece of designer series paper where I liked the front of it and the back of it that coordinate really well. And then I pulled a strip from another piece of paper. So essentially you want two pieces of DSP that coordinate nicely. So tonight I was going to use this pack, which is the Peaceful Garden Designer Series paper that has some of my favorite colors in it. This cloud color cover and the Secret Sea. This has also got Misty Moonlight in it, but real pretty paper pack. So originally, I thought I was going to use one of these ones with the birds, but I don't really like the other side of this with this side. So I eliminated those birds. Then I thought I would do this one. That's okay. But I wanted to use cloud cover cardstock, and I don't like this with the cloud cover cardstock. And then I eliminated this one because this one has too much print on both sides. And then this last one, wasn't crazy about this side. So what did I end up with? I ended up with, it was a tough decision. I ended up with this one. So this one with the hydrangea, I think this might be my favorite piece in the pack because it's got this beautiful side with the stars. And then there's this piece that will coordinate really nicely with it. So these are the two pieces that we're going to use tonight. Okay, so for your strips in the back here, you're going to want 4 strips, and they are going to measure 2 inches by 5 3/8. So we're going to take our designer series paper and we're going to, so we want our pattern to go up and down this way. So we're going to turn our paper in order to get the 5 3/8 length. So we'll cut that. And then we want 4 strips of 2 inches. And if you want your pattern to be continuous, you want to make sure you keep them in order the way that you are cutting them. Okay, so if you're going to use the back side of your paper for this panel, then you'll have this piece that you can cut down. This will be your piece that you need is going to be 5 1/4 by 4. So unfortunately, this is not the one I want to use. I'm going to use this one. So we're going to bring this in and we're going to cut this at 5 1/4. And then I'm going to cut a piece, turn this and cut the piece that's 4. Okay, so that will be my panel that will go across my little note card. And then I need a piece that's 5 1/4 by 1 inch for this little strip of color across there. So that's going to be this one. We're going to do 1 inch. And it should be 5 1/4. Just about. Okay. Yep. I really didn't even need to cut that off, did I? Okay. So those are my pieces that we will be using. Now these 2 pieces of designer series paper, because they're going across this little note card that's scored in the middle, I'm going to score the designer series paper as well, so it'll fold across there easier. Okay, so my 4 by 5 1/4 is going to be scored at 2 5/8. And we just want to gently score that so that we know where the middle is. And then the same thing with this 5 1/4 piece, we're going to do 2 5/8. Just to give it a little score so that, again, it'll bend the way that I want it to. Okay, so now let's just put it all together. Let me get rid of all this other paper. Okay, so to fold this in as an accordion, I'm going to fold right in the middle here. I'm going to fold it right in half like you would a typical card base. And then each one of these panels, I'm going to fold back on itself. So we'll go back this way. And then this one will go back this way. And you'll get this nice accordion fold. Okay. And then this little note card is just going to fold in half. Okay. So now we just need to decorate. So we're going to put our panels on, and I've kept them in order so that they will go on in the proper order and look like a continuous pattern. Hi, Mary. Thanks for joining. All right, so I got some glue here. Oh, thanks, Mary. I still am just, I don't know what's wrong with me. I felt like I had a fever for like 2 days. But one day I was very, very cold. My fever was actually low. And then the next day I had a regular fever where my fever was actually high. And I have no idea why. So I went to the doctor and they said it's not COVID and it's not flu and it's not strep, which I didn't even think about. That was a good call. Maybe that's going around and that's why they tested me for it. I don't know. But it's none of those things. So the only thing I can chalk it up to is on my vacation, I sweat more than I ever sweat before in my entire life. Because we were in the Caribbean and it was 100 degrees with 100% humidity. Oh, it was so hot. I don't think I've ever been that hot. And so I just, maybe my electrolytes just got messed up. I don't know. My husband just says I'm exhausted. So I'm just going to rest this weekend. I've been trying to rest a little bit after work each day, and hopefully we'll just get back to normal. All right, so there's our little accordion fold with our continuous pattern of paper for the back. Now we'll just do our little note card, and we're going to just add some glue to one side of that. And line that up. So I just want to line it up so I can see where the middle is here. And then just try to make sure that I have it straight. And then I can put some glue on the other half. Okay, and that should work. Okay, and now we just need to get this little strip on with the little stars. Such a cute pattern. Just like that. Okay, so then the whole trick to this is getting this panel onto this panel. So what I do is I just close this up. And so make sure now that you have that, this is the right side and this is the, the left side. So you're going to have the right side on top. So you want to put the right side of your note card on here. Ask me why I'm warning you about that. I did one completely backwards. I literally had to take a picture of it and show it to Lorraine because it was crazy. Okay, so then we're going to kind of eyeball that we've got this in the middle here. And then just glue it down. And then you'll just flip this over. You can keep this down like that. And you'll just glue it onto this side. So we'll get some glue here. And then just hold that down so it glues itself down there. And then you've got your card. Very, very simple, actually. It looks complicated, but it's simple. Okay, so then it just comes down to decorating. And I have the Peaceful Days set that coordinates with this. I did not buy, I think it's Peaceful Garden. I didn't buy that one. But when I went to Lorraine's house, I was able to die cut some little birds. These are the birds that coordinate with this GSP. And they have these cute little envelopes that they can hold. So I thought that I might do those as a decoration on this side. So we're going to pop those up with some dimensionals. One on each wing there. I'm going to put that on this side. And maybe I don't need a whole dimensional over there. So let's just take a little piece. Whoops. And this guy. I should buy these. They're very pretty, aren't they? Oh, I keep talking myself out of it. And then I'm like, why? I should just get them. Has anybody got these little birds? They're beautiful. But I think, was it 2 Christmases ago? There was that really large dove. And I bought that one and I loved that one. And so I thought, well, I'm going to be kind of doved out. Too many doves. But now every time I put one of these on my card, I think, oh, so pretty. So there, she's going to hold that little card. Okay, on this other side, I'm going to put my sentiment. So the sentiment piece that I used was 2 by 3.5. So we're going to cut that real fast. So 2. And depending on, I mean, you can make it a little bit bigger if you want to. Or you can add pieces of white to the back of your card as well. We're going to stick this right here. And we're going to just do a little sentiment, which I've taken from the beautiful motifs. We're going to use just a note and stamp that in cloud cover. I hope. I don't know. That doesn't even look like I'm getting any ink. Oh yeah, it's just really light. So we'll just put just a note. at the top. And I'm going to add that just for a quick little sentiment for somebody. Just like that. Okay, so there's your finished card with the little doves and just a note. It's just a really pretty card, isn't it? I think no matter how you decorate it, it comes out just really nice. All right, so there's the one we did tonight. Here's the Halloween version. I actually did a couple Halloween versions. Okay, what else did I do? I did one with some old paper. This was with the strawberry paper from, oh my gosh, maybe 3 years ago. Just a little hello. Then I did one with the Charming Day stamp set and paper. I'm not crazy about my coloring here, but it still came out pretty. This paper is gorgeous. And then my favorite one, my little Christmas one, I had to do with the new Christmas paper. Oh my gosh, I don't know what it's called. North Pole Delivery. Super cute with the little paper with the little storefronts. And then you've got this little dog with a little letter in his mouth. Little mailbox. He's going to mail his letter. Special delivery with the little paw prints. This is part of the stamp set. Really cute. All right. So that is it for me tonight. Short and sweet. Hi, Cynthia. Thanks for joining. Hi, Maria. Sorry, I was busy trying to concentrate on what I was saying, so I didn't get to see that you guys were here. Thanks for joining. All right. Okay. All right, so that's it for me tonight. And I hope you guys all have a good weekend. Try not to knock my light over here. Have a good weekend. Everybody stay healthy and happy. And stay crafty, my friends. I'll see you guys next week. Thanks.